Hello, it's Augustus here. And, I, well, first of all, I want to wish everyone happy Thanksgiving that lives in America or anywhere else. Happy 22nd. Um, Today, I want to talk about blacklists and jobs. I, from my own personal experience, in the community that I live in, the city I live in, I have noticed over the years, from about 2001 up until now, some people would say, oh, it's the economy, or oh, it's just, your qualifications, or maybe you didn't meet their needs, or whatever. But I don't, I honestly don't believe that. Um, the thing that I am noticing is that ever since I have graduated from high school, I graduated in 2003 from an adult school. I went back and I got my high school diploma. Um, I've noticed that finding a job seems really difficult, and it seems like most of the companies around here that I apply for have a pre-selected list. It's almost like they have their own little private organization or group, and they have a list of people to not hire, like a blacklist. And if you're on that list, they don't want to hire you. Maybe because of your past grades, or they'll find some excuse or some reason. That's one speculation I have. It's not paranoia. It's what I've observed from observation. I've been having this problem for years, since my 18th birthday, in fact. And I mean, it wasn't so bad when I was in school because there were work to school programs or school to work programs, but those were temporary. Those were all temporary. They had limited hours. And I noticed that, well, since I'm in my adult years, it's become really difficult for me to find a job in the community I live in. Yeah, they might be using an excuse because I don't have transportation, or there are things that are setting me up for failure, but I don't see it that way. And their mentality is like very unprofessional, and to me, it's almost like they have a blacklist. Like someone has went around these places saying, okay, put him on this list and don't hire him. Well, I find that very disrespectful, very unprofessional, and I'm sure I'm not the only one in the community I live in. And when I say community, I mean city or county that I live in that has run into this problem. I'm sure there are others that would come out and agree to this. I mean, I don't know what it is. I mean, maybe it's a generation thing, from great grandparents to grandparents to mothers, fathers, sons, daughters, passing down their family-owned businesses or companies. But there's no reason to treat people like outsiders. If the tables were turned and the image was flipped, if you were in my shoes and I was in your shoes, and you were seeing what I was seeing, you would be saying the same thing and you would be doing the same thing. There's no point in denying that because that's what's happening now. And I don't understand why companies have to feel that they have to have a blacklist, and because they think that they're leveling out society and they're trying to control and manipulate people. That's not how this world works. They may think that they're coming out on top, but they're actually putting themselves behind productively doing that, because it really is counterproductive. First of all, you're not supplying the community with jobs. You're not supplying people with jobs. You're increasing unemployment. You're you're causing more problems than you're solving by having a blacklist. I know you don't care. You have to look out for your company. You have to look out for your assets, and you don't care if people suffer. Now maybe it's not the companies that are doing this. Maybe it's a higher power. Like, I don't know. Maybe the Freemasons are telling companies to do this, or the Illuminati. That's another speculation. I can go into that some other time, but I just don't see how companies gain by having blacklists and not hiring people. So it's like, if you don't meet the cream of the crop, they pre-selectively pick and choose who they want to hire. You go in, you apply these places, you go back, you do follow-ups, and they've already picked and choose who they want to hire. But before you even put in an application, they don't even look at your application. They go, oh, okay, well, come in on this day, around this time, put in your application, and then check back with me a week later. Well, there have been times I've done that, and I get no emails, I get no phone calls, I don't even get a rejection letter. It used to be that if you didn't get a position, companies would send you something in the mail saying, well, we're sorry you didn't meet our needs, or, we're sorry, you know, you're not qualified for the position. Well, now it's like people are so afraid to do that because it makes them a liability, that they just don't do that anymore. And then when the person that's applied really does need help, they have nothing to show for it, because they can't prove to unemployment, they can't prove to welfare or Social Security or whoever that they're unable to get a job because they're on a blacklist. And meanwhile, these companies are over there going, oh, look at them, they're suffering, haha. That's very unprofessional. It's not right. And to those people, you see this? I shake my head at you. It's wrong. It's wrong. It's not right. It's wrong. That makes you wrong and unprofessional. To do something like that, not just to one person, but to millions or billions of people, is wrong. I don't necessarily agree with it. And if there was something I could do about it, I would. But this is the best I can do, is speak out against it and hope that others will speak out too, and not judge me because of what I think, or my opinions, and let them develop their own opinions and their own observations of the world around them and what they see. I mean, that's all I really have to say about blacklists as far as companies go. People have to come up with their own their own ideas, on what's really going on in the world. I can't say if it's right, I can't say if it's wrong, but what I can say is what they are doing is wrong, and I don't agree with it. And that's all I'm really gonna say. But I'm gonna just leave it at that, and I'm gonna wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving again. If you're not in the United States, well, happy 22nd anyway, and hope you have a great day. Thank you for watching.